Coming to you from the Black Goat 39 studios, this is the Guru Talking Sports Podcast, episode 125. Now here's your host, the Guru of Sports.
Yeah! Come on! Hello, Detroit. Hello, Salt Lake.
That is the sound of my man, my main man, Jim Morrison. You know how I like to do this. I love to start this show off with some Doors.
Hello, Washington, D.C.
And that is from the live concert of the Doors in Detroit. I'm going to bring this down a little bit more.
Minneapolis, how you doing?
All he's doing is basically announcing all the cities and just saying hi to everybody. But I want to bring you in and just say, hello, sports fans, and welcome. Welcome to the Guru Talking Sports Podcast. I am your host, the Guru of Sports. I am just so excited today because I'm going to do something a little bit differently. I went to the baseball game of a lifetime on Thursday afternoon. Thursday afternoon was the 7th month. That was, I'm sorry, July the 28th, 2022. That was a day that I'll always remember now, and it will be always a permanent day that I try to make it out to Camden Yards and to make it down for that. That's a special occasion I want to mention, and I'm going to get into it, but I got to take you basically play by play from that day, because that day was one of the greatest experiences of my life. And I got to say that, hey, I've been to the ballpark many a times, over 1,000 times, but yet on that day, that Thursday was amazing. I cannot explain. I'm going to try to break it all down and explain to you guys what happened on Thursday, July the 28th. I have never in my whole life, I am so excited right now. It is just so exciting and just something else just to talk about this, because I don't think this would ever happen in anyone's lifetime. I mean, this is something else. This is really, really big. I'm just so excited. And believe me, if you can hear it in my voice, the excitement is just so real. And, it's been this is Sunday right now. This happened on Thursday. And believe me, it took me almost up until about maybe yesterday afternoon to calm down from that Thursday. I mean, it was just so amazing. And I'm just ready to relive it and to tell you guys everything, play by play, everything that, went down. And I'm just so excited. First of all, I want to tell you guys that the reason why this day is so special is because of one little boy. One little boy that we are very, I never knew him. I never got a chance to meet him. I never knew him. I've heard stories about him. And I want to tell you right now, when I hear these stories, it really touches my heart. And it gives me a sense of looking at my life and saying to myself, hey, look, you know what? If things get bad, it can't be that bad. I want to introduce you guys into the reason why we went down on Thursday. There was a little boy down in Baltimore, my hometown, and he was 13 years old when he passed away at the age of 13. His life impacted so many people. And his memory will always be remembered. And for me, I am going to always, pray for him and his family. I'm always going to remember the name, remember the laughter, remember his message, and always make sure that he is a perfect, permanent part of my life. And I want you guys to remember one thing. This little boy, Mo Gaba, was very, very special. And like I said, his impact has touched a lot of people, the guru included. And I want you guys to know that this is something special. And I'll never forget this. I'll never forget this. This little boy who went through so much in those 13 years. We went down to Baltimore on Thursday to celebrate the life of this little boy, Mo Gaba. And I tell you, his impact is strong. His impact is strong. His message is strong. And, dealing with the things I've been dealing with, it seems like they're all minute compared to what he had to go through. A couple months ago, I lost my co-host, Cousin Aaron. I thought I had no direction on this podcast. And sometimes, if I struggle through this podcast, sometimes I feel as though that Cousin Aaron is picking me up, trying to tell me to get back on the course and get it straight, get it right. But now I have another angel that looks down upon me, and hopefully he can give me some guidance. And one thing I'll always remember, like I said, we always remember the people that pass away in our lives, and they stay in our hearts forever because they're always in our hearts, and they will always be there for us. But now I have another angel that I have to look up to, and I know that he's up there smiling at us, and believe me, the impact that he made on Thursday, I'll never forget this the rest of my life. This is something else. This is so amazing. And I'm going to take a break here in a few seconds, but I'm going to break down everything that went down on that day from my point of view. And I tell you, I met a lot of great people. I'm But I'm definitely going to talk about Mr. Damon Amendolara, the guy that brought us all together. And I have some, very, very beautiful words and very nice words, because I want to say this right off. DA, I listen to his program every single day. I cannot miss it. And if I do miss it, I hit up the PGP or the podcast. There's been, in the time I've been listening continuously for about maybe 2.5 years now, I cannot miss this program. I cannot miss this program because of his impact on me and his relationship that he had with Mo Gaba. It brings me to a point of basically reaching out to people I've never met before, but I consider them family, because I would do anything in this world to make sure that the people from his radio show that I've never met before are considered my family. And it's a great honor. It was a honor. It was a pleasure and an honor to meet Damon on Thursday afternoon. Man, I tell you, we talked, and I laid some heavy stuff on him. But I'll tell you one thing, I see what everyone else see in DA. Very, very approachable, very knowledgeable, very down to earth, and God bless him. I just, I consider him now a friend, and like I said, I don't want to bother people about anything. And my thing is that, hey, look, he has a job to do. And I just, believe me, I don't want to bother him about anything. But I feel as though that I can reach out and I can talk to him. And like I said, yeah, I did lay some heavy stuff on him. But I want you guys to know that the day was dedicated to Mo Gaba. But I want you guys to know that, DA, thank you. I just, gosh, I cannot stress enough. Thank you. And now I have the pleasure of meeting Mr. Andrew Bogish and Mr. Damon Amendolara, two of the four mainstays on this program. And my bucket list is to meet all of them. and to, spend some time with them and talk to them and just, get to know them a little bit. I know them from the radio. I like to know them as just gentlemen in general, and just being able just to say, hey, you know what? I experienced some time with these guys, and it was amazing. And, that's what that's one of my goals. But I want you guys to know that I know I'm kind of running a little bit long on this. I'm going to take a break up here shortly, but I want you guys to know that this Thursday, 7/28/2022, will always be remembered as the greatest day in baseball and the greatest day I've had in a long, long time. And, hey, I can say that, my kids being born, Dante Guru and Caden Guru being born, a couple other things in my life, but this day is very impactful. This day is very impactful. Now, I don't want to, take away from anything else that I've ever done in my lifetime. Joining the Navy was one of my biggest things. Getting married once, getting married twice, those are big things. But I want you guys to know that this day, this Thursday afternoon, was something very, very special. And like I said, I'm going to go through it play by play, blow by blow. So give me a couple seconds. I'm going to take a break. I got to run out, grab some coffee, and try to basically line up things, everything in my mind to get it right, to make sure I go play by play on what happened on Thursday. All right, I'm going to take this break right here. My voice actress lady is ready, and I really appreciate her. And we'll be back. We'll be right back with episode 125 of the Guru Talking Sports podcast. I'm just going to call it Big Day, Mo Gaba Day. You guys, hold on a second. I'll be right back right after this.
You're listening to the Guru Talking Sports podcast.
Welcome back to the Guru Talking Sports podcast. This is episode 125. You know what? I really went a little bit long on that, but I definitely wanted to get into some of the baseball trades. A couple of them. I'm going to mention a couple of them. I know this is a sports podcast, but sometimes life takes over sports. But and again, I'm trying to give you a little bit of something that will take your mind off of stuff, off of everyday boring or mundane or just tedious things in life. But I definitely want to mention the big trade with Seattle and Luis Castillo going to Seattle. The Yankees didn't get him. The Astros didn't get him. The Dodgers, the Mets, all these teams didn't get him. But I want to mention that. Also coming up a little bit later in the second half, I'm going to remember Paul Sorvino. I remember Tony Dow, and we're going to talk about Cousin Aaron once again. We got a very good sound bite from him, and me and him were cutting it up again like we always are. Like I said, if you never listen to this program, if you never listen to this podcast, I'm gonna reset a few things. Cousin Aaron was my co-host, and he passed away a couple months ago in May. And I've been playing his sound bites, and I'm starting to try to find as many as I can, because for his little bit of time on this podcast made a big impact on me. That's why Mo Gaba Day has made a big impact on myself as well. Because like I said, when we lose people, we don't really lose them. We keep them in our hearts because their memory will go on forever and ever. So in the studio right now, where I sit on a couch right in front of the big screen TV, which has a program on right now. One of my favorite Sunday morning programs. I do believe in the Word of God, so this is this is Sunday, and like I said, there's a religious program on that I'm watching right now, and that's a little bit of insight on me. I'm sitting on the couch, and I have a chair that's open right next to me, and this chair represents where Cousin Aaron's would have sat if he was in studio with me. I leave this chair open every single week since his passing to let you guys know that he's still with me. No matter what I do, he's there with me, giving me guidance. And I really appreciate, just being able just to say that, because, sometimes I think about it, and, it's hard because I try to not dwell on the fact that, but I like I said, I'm a very sensitive guy into the fact of trying to explain things. And sometimes, the brain goes fast and then the mouth tries to catch up, sometimes. So, like I said, if you can just bear with me sometimes, because that's what happens. All right, what I'm going to do is tell you about how this day came about. DA made an announcement on his program that the Baltimore Orioles, my favorite baseball team, I have two favorite baseball teams. Actually, I have a couple. I root for baseball in general. I'm old school. I believe in that, baseball should be played the right way. Baseball should be played, I'm not really a stickler on the rules and the codes and all that stuff, but, baseball has been having its problems. And the shift, analytics, launch angles and all that crap. Don't need that. Just go out and play the baseball game the way it's been played for years and years. I just don't like all this newfangled crap, bull crap that's been taking over this game. You know what? And I've seen 4 guys in the outfield and 4 guys on one side of the, it's stupid. Play the game the way it is. If you want 4 guys in the outfield, play softball. Play a short fielder. It doesn't make any sense. The shift. I hate the shift. I hate that. But anyway, like I was saying, I basically, when DA made this announcement, I went and told, I was out, I don't know, I think I was in Virginia or something like that. But I told Miss Guru, get me tickets. I gotta go. I gotta go to this game. I definitely gotta go to this game. Because I knew that there was going to be, DA was going to be there. And I knew that a couple of the aliens would be there. And I want to meet everybody. I'm the type of person that, hey, I'll meet people and I'm the type person that, I'm really mess up on names, and I don't remember, have a problem with remembering names, but that's just the guru. But I do remember people and the impact that they give on me. So I got the tickets, and I wanted to make sure I had a ticket into the game. So I got the tickets, and I said, okay, now the next thing is to try to take off the day. So what I did was I asked my dispatcher, can I have the day off? And, it's a personal day, so I probably won't, get penalized for having a personal day. But he said, yeah, no problem, but I want you to run the New York route, upstate New York, on that Friday. And I agreed. I said, yeah, I can do it. That's not a problem. Okay. So I get the day off. I get the ticket. The ticket was, a little bit in price because I wanted to make sure I got there. It didn't matter how much I paid for it. It didn't matter how much it cost. I wanted to be at this game for this particular day, for this particular reason. Okay. So I got the ticket. I get the day off. Come home on Wednesday. Was really, really, in a frantic to try to figure out what I'm going to wear. And hey, I settled on a nice white pullover, really cool golf shirt. I'm not going to mention the golfer's name because he's banned to me. He's basically banned, and I'm not going to. I'm gonna have to go out and get some more white pullovers or whatever. Because another thing too is that the guru has added on a few more pounds, and some of his clothes are not fitting the way they're supposed to fit. So okay, all right. So I'm in a frantic. I'm trying to figure out, okay, what kind of shorts can I wear? And you know what? I settled on my military shorts. I love military shorts. I used to wear them when I worked at a certain place. And the thing about it is that they're comfortable and they have those pockets down the side, which is okay because, I have a lot of stuff that I, usually take with me. My keys, my wallet, maybe my phones. And, I said to myself, oh, man, you know what? I got to go out and get one of these plastic see-through bags to where, I got to keep my phones, okay? So, got one of those, was able to throw the keys, the phone, my wallet in there and everything, hold it in the one side of my pocket. So, I got that, okay. Now, Thursday morning, I wake up, and first thing I did was I turned on the show. DA show starts at 6 o'clock in the morning, 6 o'clock Eastern, and it runs till 10 o'clock. So I'm listening to the show, and I'm listening, and he's already down in Baltimore at 107.5, 105.7. I keep, I'm sorry. I should remember these call numbers, but I don't remember most of these call numbers because there's so many radio stations that I listen to. I mean, there's a radio station, I listen to The Fan, I listen to, my station here in Baltimore, I listen on Sirius, I listen on Odyssey. There's so many that I have to listen to. So DA did make it down to Baltimore, and he's on 105.7 The Fan in Baltimore, and I have, I love the station, Jason Lockenfor is on, in the afternoons. And I definitely got to tell you about a couple of people that I met from 107, what was it again? I'm sorry. 1057. 1057, the fan in Baltimore. I know, this is funny. I know, this is it's so much to, talk about. But anyway, he was at the studio, but if you listen to 1057, you would hear the morning show, because the morning show actually plays Baltimore area morning show, sports art show. But you have to go to Odyssey to listen to his show, the DA show, and Mraz, Andrew Bogish, Pete, and all the other guys. Okay, so it was a Thursday. Like I said, Thursday again. So I'm listening to it. I'm listening to his show. He's coming from Baltimore. Okay, we got that established. I know. There's just a lot of stuff, but I'm trying to take it as much as best as I can. Okay, so I drive down and I get the directions. We're gonna meet up at Pickles Pub. Pickles Pub is a great bar that is right, let's say, 2 seconds away from the ballpark, and it's right on Washington Boulevard. Okay, so I get down and I turn into Washington Boulevard, make a left on Washington Boulevard, but you can't go there. You can't go left because there's like a little blockage, because Pickles Pub sits right there. The stadium is right in front of me. And then I had to turn around and I parked over across the street at the gas station. Now I get in the gas station and I'm like, I asked the guy, I said, hey, is there anywhere I can park at? And he said, you can park right here. And, your car will be okay. You're right. And I'm parked right. Usually I park about like maybe at the hotel, the Hilton or something like that. But usually there would be, if I parked that far away, it'd be a long walk for me. And I don't mind the walk. It doesn't matter. Guru needs to lose some pounds. Anyway, so I park at, I talked to the guy. The guy was really nice. I had, grabbed some few things out of there. So I park right there at the gas station. Park at the gas station, it cost me $30. I was like, oh, okay, no problem. $30, I got $30. All right. So I parked there, and I was kind of like skeptical about parking there. I said, well, it should be okay. I'll leave, my car. I ain't gonna tell you what kind of car I drive, but it's a really nice car, I think. I'm not bragging, but I was able to get what I wanted to get, and I really like my car. I love my car. It acts up sometimes, but it's just like me. It acts up sometimes. So park the car, walk over to Pickles Pub. I walk into Pickles Pub looking for anyone, and couldn't see anybody. Nobody was there yet. So I did the normal thing that I usually do. I just walk around, sit down, and I just walk back and just kind of chilled out. So after about like maybe 5 or 10 minutes or so, I had a t-shirt that I bought for this day, specifically for this day. And I was so nervous, and believe me, I'm going to tell you like this. Getting to this event made me so nervous that I tried to order the t-shirt, and I ordered the t-shirt and it was a small. I am not a small. Guru is not a small anymore. Guru's day of small was like when he was maybe in the kindergarten or so. Okay? I'm going to be honest with you. All right, so I get into the small. I take the shirt out. I look at it. This was, Wednesday. I look at it. I'm like, oh my God, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? So I DM DA and told him about it. And I said, you know what? Hey, I made a mistake. And, his DA was really cool about it. He said, yeah, you did order a small, but I'm sure that you can exchange it. It shouldn't be no problem. So what I did was I got down and I met the guy that works, that made the T-shirts and all. And I talked to him, and I'm so sorry I forgot his name, but I met up with him and we was talking, and he said, hey, DA will be here pretty soon, and I'm like, all right, cool. So I'm talking to him and let him know that, hey, you know what, I'm loyal listener. I've been listening to DA for a long period of time and everything, and we really hit it off. He was really, really nice. I apologize for not remembering his name. Like I said, I have a problem with, I meet people and then, I might have forget their name a little bit. So I apologize. So we exchanged a shirt. He gives me a 3X. Yes, Guru needs a 3X. So I get the 3X. But I don't have nowhere to put this on. But anyway, I'm wearing this collared shirt. And under it is a, like a mini shirt or sleeveless shirt. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, oh my gosh, it's getting hot out here. It was hot. It was over 90 degrees. So I'm sitting there and then I'm at Pickles Pub and the guy comes up and he's giving us water. Hey, you guys need any water? You need water? I'm like, yeah, I'll take a water. And then I told him, I said, all right, I want to buy something because I don't want to be just sitting there, kind of just, I hate to do that. I hate to sit somewhere and not buy anything. And, so I ended up getting a Diet Coke. They had, Pepsi products. I love Pepsi and Coke. I work for both companies. So I ended up getting a Diet Coke. And it was pretty cool. Pretty good. So I'm tweeting everybody, and I'm tweeting my buddy that lives in Baltimore. He said he was going to come and he was going to be there. So I'm tweeting between me and my man Rob Heisey. And Rob was telling me, he said MP should be there. His name is MP. We call him MP for a reason, and I'll tell you about that later. So I tweet, MP, where are you? And he tweets back, I'm here. And I'm looking over and I'm seeing this guy tweeting and looking around. And I said, that's him. So I recognize him from his Twitter photo. And I raised my hand. I said, hey, MP, what's up, man? Hey. So, we get together. And he brings a friend with him. His name is Chaim Klein. And we hit it off. All three of us hit it off. We sit up there talking. And we're having a good time. And, just basically just chatting. And it's awesome. Because, it's like, me and MP, we was tweeting back and forth, and I said, hey, we're going to clown around a little bit and have a good time, which is cool. But, Miss Guru told me to be on my best behavior, and I was on my best behavior that day. So, me and MP, and the MP stands for something other than what his actual Twitter name is. On Twitter, he goes by the name of Moist Pork. Now, Sean Marash messed up his name, and then he gave him the nickname of Moist Pork. And now, MP changes his Twitter handle name from his name to Moist Pork. So everybody knows him as Moist Pork, which is funny because his name is actually Moisha. His name is Moisha. Found that out because, we were sitting there, we was talking and everything. And, like I said, we're all sitting there having a good time talking and cutting it up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a break right here. And I'm going to resume the story about when we first meet DA. Okay. I know I went kind of long on this one, but like I said, I'm going to try to, give you play-by-play, blow-by-blow, everything that happened. And let you guys know that this was awesome. This was an awesome day for a good cause. And like I said, we will, always remember what this day is about. All right, let me take a break right here. And like I said, I'm going to go grab some coffee and I'll check on my dogs. You guys, my voice actress lady is right here. You guys hang tight. I'll be right back.
You're listening to the Guru Talking Sports Podcast.
All right, welcome back to the Guru Talking Sports Podcast. This is episode 125. And it's just par for the course. I take my girl dog out. She goes, no problem. Take the boy dog out, and he acts like he don't understand what he needs to do. So, hopefully, he's trained. He's potty trained, so he shouldn't go inside here. Did have a couple problems with him the other day. Anyway. All right. Before I get back into this, I'm going to take a swig of coffee, which I did go get, and pretty good. I make the best coffee. It's got to be strong, and like I said, I love my coffee in the morning, but some days I don't get it, and it turns out to be a challenging day or so. Okay, so we're back, and like I said, I think I left off with me meeting MP. Okay, then we meet DA. DA, very, very, very polished, very, I'm like, I get not really starstruck, but sometimes I get really kind of nervous when I talk to people, celebrities or so. And, I'm a little bit nervous, but you know what? It was really cool because DA made me feel as though that, he's just one of the guys, and we were really cool. So we all talked a little bit, and it was just so cool that the four of us was able just to kind of talk and just socialize for a few minutes, and then we proceeded over to walk into the park. So it was cool because, like I told him, I said, hey, I'm just glad that you made it down here safely. I'm the type of guy that would, hey, I always want to check on people to make sure that they got places safely. I tweeted MP on Friday because I knew that he said that he was leaving from the ball game, and he's going to be driving over about like 6 hours over to Cleveland, where he's from. Me, I had to get into my car, drive back to Delaware, and then I had to go right to sleep because I had to get right back up, and I had to go to upstate New York, take a load up to upstate New York, and I'll talk about that a little bit later. But I was shocked because I got enough sleep, and usually when I make that trip up to upstate New York, it kind of gets to be a bear to where but it was okay. It was really, really, really cool because I think Mo Gaba and cousin Aaron was looking over, watching me, and they knew that this was important. So we walk over to the ballpark, and like I said, I already bought a ticket at another section. But you know what? It was really cool. I said, you know what? The hell with it. I'm gonna sit with DA and the guys. So we sit there, and we get into our seats and everything, and next thing you know, we meet up with, I was introduced to Little Mo's Braille teacher. And I'm really sorry that I forgot her name, but she was really nice, and her daughters were there, and a couple other people were there. So we met up with them. So a couple minutes later, Glenn shows up. Glenn Clark from 105.7 The Fan comes in. He introduces himself, and then we sit there. We're talking and everything, and we're sitting there talking. Everybody's talking, having a good time, and just ball game starts and everything. And then a couple minutes later, AJ shows up. AJ shows up, and we're sitting there. He was thinking that we were broadcasters, me, MP, DA, and everybody. And so he introduces himself to DA, and then he introduces himself to me, and he asked me. He said, "Do you work at a radio station?" I'm like, "No. I'm just a fan. I listen." So, and then he asked MP the same thing. He said, "Nah, we're all the aliens." And he said, "Oh yeah, me too." So, it's like we met a new D alien, which is cool because, like I said, he listens to the program all the time, and I never heard him mentioned on the radio. So I was like, "Hey, AJ, give me your Twitter handle. We'll connect. We'll keep in touch." So we hooked up and we connect, and we're good. So now we're Twitter buddies, we're D-aliens, and we're family. So it was cool. And like I said, we're all sitting in the section talking. And then before that, or right after that, I'm sorry, there's two gentlemen, older gentlemen, just sitting behind us. One had a Vietnam vet hat on, and then the other one was just sitting back there. They're in their little, lawn chairs. They're sitting right behind us, and they're really nice guys. Come to find out, after, DA talked to him and introduced himself, and, next thing you know, I talked to him, and DA tells us that one of the guys, and this is ironic, one of the guys was a minor league ball player. Not like myself. I was trying out and I didn't make it. But anyway, he was actually in the minor leagues in Double-A and Single-A. And guess who he got signed by? We were sitting up there talking about Kansas City, and I said to DA that one of my bucket list items is to go to Kansas City to see the Negro League Hall of Fame. We're sitting there talking about this. Then he introduces this guy, and he talks to him for a few minutes. And guess what? The guy plays Single-A and Double-A baseball for the Chicago Cubs. Okay. Chicago Cubs, we're in Baltimore, something, whatever. No, what is the really big thing is that the guy was signed by Buck O'Neil. No joke. Buck O'Neil, the newly Hall of Famer in the Baseball Hall of Fame. Buck O'Neil, who passed away and wasn't able to, see his induction into the Hall of Fame, was one of the first African-American scouts. And he signed Ernie Banks. He signed a couple other, Lou Brock, and he signed a couple other people. and he signed the young man that was sitting behind us. I say young man because, hey, I'm a young man, but, they're a little bit older. But anyway, he was a Vietnam vet. And I talked to him for a few minutes, and I told him, hey, look, I served in the Navy and everything, and, we all hit it off and everything. The guys were asking DA a lot of questions, and I was, sitting there, and I was just like, wow, this is really cool. He got signed by Buck O'Neil. Wow, this is like so amazing. All these things that was going on was just amazing, and it was something else. So the ball game starts, and the Orioles take a 1-0 lead, and then we're sitting there talking. But after we met another gentleman, and MP was telling me, hey, Steve from SP is supposed to be here, and we were trying to figure out what's SP. So he comes up and he introduces himself. He's with his daughter, and he introduces himself. He said, "Hey, I'm Steve from SP," and it was like, "Oh yeah, I remember him. I know him." Yeah, and see, like I said, most of the aliens that follow me, I follow them back automatically. That's not if you do follow me at Go39 on Twitter, and the other new handle I have is called Guru Talking Sports _podcast. I will follow you no matter what. And we're sitting there, me and Steve, and we were just having a good old time talking and everything. We talk about jobs, we talk about, family, we talk about food, we talk about beer, we talk about everything. So all of us, we're sitting there, we're talking. And I'm not going to, say anything this next little bit here. DA tells us, he says, hey, look, since we're all here right now, we have off the record talk about what's going on or whatever. So it was really cool because we actually had a very good conversation, and I'm not going to disclose anything about the conversations that we had, but it was really cool to be able just to sit down and talk with him and, find out some of the inside stuff of the show. So we talked about everything that was on our brains that would, we were, anything that was, that came across that we wanted to ask DA, we was able to ask DA. So, like I said, if you wasn't there, you don't know. But like they say, whatever said in Camden Yards stays in Camden Yards. Okay? So that means that the next time this happens, this next time it goes down, you got to be at Camden Yards to find out what's going on. Or be able to be with them in person to find out what's going on. Which is, I think, is a cool thing because, like I said, DA was very accessible, very open, very honest, and very, very nice. To say the least. I mean, every superlative and everything that you could say about a person nicely is everything that I'm thinking in my brain right now, and I can say about DA. Even though that he was, he's a superstar. He's a very, very polished radio host. Very, very well respected. He was one of the guys, and one of the guys on that day was something else, something that I've never experienced with any other radio host or person, any celebrity that I ran across. This is like the highlight of my meeting celebrities' lives. Meeting celebrities. This is the best time ever. I don't know how many times I can say it, but it is true. So we're sitting there, we're talking, the game's going on. Orioles jump out to a 1-0 lead. Then I think in the 6th inning or so, they get into a little bit of thing where they score a couple runs and everything, and then next thing you know, Trey Mancini gets up. So we're sitting there, we're all having a good time, joking, talking, and I didn't drink any alcohol because I knew I was still basically on the clock because, technically not on the clock, but I had to run that route up in New York, so I didn't want to make sure that I had, any alcohol in my bloodstream. I mean, I saved a beer. I drank a beer on Saturday when I got home, which is cool. And like I said, we were just sitting there having a good time. So I'm going to play for you this clip of Trey Mancini's inside the park home run. This was the highlight, and I can tell you what happened afterwards after me and all the aliens found out that it was Trey Mancini. Okay, it's about 2 minutes long. You give me a second here. I'm gonna line this up, and we're gonna talk about that. Okay, here we go.
And a big ovation now from this crowd for Trey Mancini. Everybody in the crowd knows the significance here. This is the Orioles' final home game before the trade deadline on Monday. And Trey has talked about taking every moment in this week and not knowing if this will be his final Oriole home game or not. His 351st game here at Camden Yards. 63 home runs in the park. In the air to right. Lowe will drip back. Lowe doesn't see it. Lowe lost the ball. Here comes Hayes. Trey's going to go to third. Trey's going to be where it's home. Here comes Mancini. He is. Save! 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 A fairy tale has come to life.
Well, I can tell you this, if it's his last home at bat, it will be one he will never, ever forget. And neither will the fans here in Baltimore.
Somewhere way up there, way above where that ball went. There's a kid with the biggest smile that you've ever thought of in your life looking down on Trey Mancini right now. I mean, how in the world? How can you write this script?
2 strikes, just a cutter in the outside part. You can see Trey knows he missed it, but Lowe out in right field. He can't see it. He said to himself, I can't see it. And I mean, off of his face. Just tips the glove off of his left cheek. It kicks towards the right field line. Trey Mancini never checked up. Tony Mansolino, the third base coach, was windmilling him the entire way. Oh, and Sean Armstrong can't believe it.
It has been officially ruled an inside the park home run for Mancini.
And just like that was an inside the park home run. I've been to a lot of baseball games in my lifetime, and that was the first time I ever seen an inside the park home run. First time ever. It was amazing. It was amazing. And we had to, all of us, we were sitting there cheering for the Orioles. And I know DA's a Met fan, but he was an Oriole fan that day, which is cool because, like I said, hey, if I go to any other ballpark, I will root for the team that is the home team. And out of respect, I've been to a lot of ballparks. I've been to Boston. I've been to New York, both old and new Yankee Stadium. I've been to Chicago, both White Sox and Cubs. I've been to Los Angeles, both Angels, Dodgers, Padres, Oakland A's, and Giants. And, all the, excuse me, I hit the microphone there. All the time, every single place I've been to, ballparks, I've always been home, Philadelphia. How can I leave out Philadelphia fan? I've always been always have been a cheering on the home team, except for the one time where the Dodgers came to Philadelphia. I had to cheer for the Dodgers because I'm a Dodger fan, or the Orioles came to Philadelphia and I'm an Oriole fan. I hate to say that. I'm sorry, Philadelphia, you get that treatment. But anyway, inside the park home run, Trey Mancini, who's a cancer survivor, and, on Mo Gaba Day, he explained everything about Mo Gaba, and it was just something else. Before the game, Mo Gaba's mother, Sanjay, signed a baseball, got a signed baseball from Trey Mancini. I cannot make up this stuff. This is all, it's real. It's real. It is so amazing. And I meant to mention that we did get a chance to meet her. We met Mo Gaba's mom, Sanjay, and we all took a picture with her as well. And like I said, I have never experienced anything like this at a ball game. I've been to over 1,000 baseball games. I'm not bragging about it, but that's what I used to do when I lived in Los Angeles. Half the time I was at a ballpark. I was at Dodger Stadium or the Big A in Anaheim, or down in San Diego, or going up to Oakland or San Francisco to watch them play. I could say that, hey, look, in my lifetime, blowing money is about, probably one of the best things, one of the biggest things I've ever done. But you know what? Spending money on baseball games and, watching baseball games is probably one of the best things I've ever done. It doesn't matter how much money I spent on Thursday afternoon. It made an impact on me forever, and I will never, ever, ever forget this. I could be 107, and I'll still be talking about this day like it was yesterday. And believe me, it was something else. It was so really, really cool. When we found out that Trey Mancini had hit the inside park home run, we all were high-fiving and congratulating, hugging each other. We were just... It was an experience that I've never had at a ballpark. I've been in a ballpark with my sons. I've been in a ballpark with Miss Guru. I've been in a park with my brothers, sisters, dads, everybody. I have never had an experience like I did on Thursday afternoon, which is one of the best experiences I ever had in my life. This was amazing. It was amazing. And like I said, I'm just glad that, I kind of got this platform to where I can talk about this. It's over an hour. It's almost hour that I actually talked about this. This can go on forever. But like I said, it was something else. The people that I met, I'll never forget. I'll never forget. I'm just sorry that I can't remember, and I'm going to talk to DA soon, and I'll find out the name of the young man with the T-shirts and his Braille teacher, so I can remember them and have them etched in my brain, and I can do a better job about talking about people. But anyway, what can I say? I mean, the Orioles won the game 3-0. I'm not a big Tampa Bay fan, so we're trying to, catch them and trying to, leapfrog them into a position into third place. They lost yesterday, which they were on a pretty good roll. You know, the Orioles have been playing really, really great baseball, and it's been exciting. And all I heard from every single fan is that they cannot trade Trey Mancini. This was the biggest storyline. The biggest storyline and the biggest thing. And everyone that I talked to said the same thing. And I was thinking the same thing before, you know, when they went on this run. I said, they can't trade him. They can't trade him because the Orioles got some kind of momentum going. And this has been, 105 losses for like the last 5 years or so, at least. This is a rebuilding that's working. Mike Elias, he's got to be the executive of the year because this was something else. This was something else, and I really, like I said, I just really, oh man, it was something. It was so much a great experience just to be able to get out to the ballpark. And, you know, like I said, this is the first game I've been to since the pandemic. I think this is the first game I've been to since 2019. And, you know, hey, like I said, I've never, I've always, you know, been to a ball game. Always. Every single year I go to at least 2 or 3 or maybe, you know, I'm slowing down now on my ball games because of, you know, work and basically, you know, trying to take care of family and trying to take care of these 2 little doggies that I got here. But it was a great experience. I mean, the best time I ever had at a ballpark. I'll never forget it. All right, what I'm going to do is I think I mentioned everything that I had to mention about that day. Like I said, I met new people. I met great people. I really want to say to everyone, thank you, MP, for meeting up and finally getting a chance to meet you. And I really appreciate you listen. He said he listens to this podcast, which is, you know, I'm shocked because I didn't think this podcast, you know, made an impression on anybody. You know, and I say that all the time. But anyway, thank you, MP. Chaim, I'm glad to meet you because you know, I root for the St. Louis Cardinals as well, and he's actually a Cardinal fan. He wore the baseball shirt that we were given. He did, you know, support the Orioles, and you know, hey, like I said, you know, I like baseball. There's teams I can root for, and there's teams I can't root for, and I really appreciate you, and Chaim Klein, I really appreciate you, and thank you. Like I said, the gentleman that was with the T-shirts, I appreciate you, and Little Mo's Braille teacher, I really appreciate you, and I'm so sorry that I forget you guys' names, and I'm gonna talk to DA and make sure I remember and give them a shout out a little bit later, and maybe a couple upcoming episodes, and just, you know, let them know that I really appreciate them. Steve, man, I know, you know, I was teasing everybody about, you know, I probably was the oldest guy sitting out there, but you know, like I said, man, Steve, I really appreciate you. Your daughter, you know, he was talking about his background as a volleyball player, and I could see that. Dude looks like he could spike a couple balls on the net and everything. And you know, you could tell athletes when you know, run across them. he's really cool. I really appreciate you, Steve. Appreciate, meeting your daughter and everything. She was there taking pictures of us and everything, and we were I really appreciate you guys. My man AJ, we were walking out of the ballpark, and we walked out, we said goodbye, and then next thing you know, we met back up again, and we were crossing the street and everything. So AJ, I'm definitely going to be shouting out to you. Like I said, all you guys are welcome to come on this podcast anytime you want. Now, I say this for everybody, not just for the guys that were there at the ball game, DA included. Anytime you guys want to come on this podcast, you know how to hit me up. You know how to get in touch with me. You tell me when do you want to come on, and I'll make it happen. I usually do this every Sunday morning. It's going to be cut back maybe to Saturday night sometimes because of the football season. But like I said, I got, this is the last Sunday. This is July 31st now. So this is the last Sunday of July. And I only got maybe a couple more weeks that I can do it on a Sunday. I'm going to have to push it back to a Saturday night because, football comes up on Sunday and I don't want to interrupt anybody's football season. But Glenn, I want to say to you also, Glenn, from Glenn Clark, I really appreciate talking to you and getting your insights on how to call different sports and everything. That to me was a teaching moment, and I'm glad that I'm able to learn something new every time I meet anyone. It's good. They always tell you to make sure that if your room is smarter than you, and believe me, my room on Thursday afternoon was smarter than me, and I admit that, and I have no problem saying that. And I'm glad I was able to learn from everyone there. So this brings me up to DA. DA, God bless you, man. I'm really, really thankful just to meet you, and it was an honor and a pleasure. And believe me, I will never, of all the celebrity people I've ever met in my lifetime, you have got to top the list. I've met a lot of different people. I met, guys from NWA. I met guys from Magic Johnson, Charles Barkley. I've met a lot of different celebrities and talked to them, just having a conversation with them. Some are really cool, some are really forgettable, but DA, you have climbed into the number one spot on my celebrity list, and not just because you're a celebrity, because you treated us like we were real people and just hanging out with us just like we're all family, which I consider everybody in that group my family. I thank you guys. And like I said, DA, you are family now to me. And I appreciate you. And thank you. Thank you for just, like I said, I laid a heavy story on you. And I'm not going to go deep into the story. But I want you guys, if you get a chance, listen to episode 86 of this podcast. And you'll know. Episode 86 is really deep. And it gets to talk about my personal side. And I apologize for laying that story on you, DA, on that day, because it was Little Mo's day. Little Mo's day, and to tell you the truth, everything worked out. And Little Mo shined on us and smiled on us and gave the Orioles a win. Gave Trey Mancini probably one of his most memorable moments as a baseball player. You know, coming back, battling back from cancer. I was praying for him. And like I said, I am a Baltimore native, a Baltimorean, and I really appreciate, you. I really appreciate you, Trey Mancini. I appreciate you, DA. Appreciate you, Glenn, Steve, AJ, MP, and everyone. And God bless his mom, Sanjay. Really, really, God bless her. I hope that, she's well and the Lord smiles on her every single day. Okay, now I've been talked about 75 minutes on this subject, which, you know what, I can talk all day about this. This was one of the best days of my life. I will never forget this. This is amazing. And I'm just so glad that I made that trip down to Baltimore, a hometown. Didn't tell any of the folks or my actual family that I went down there, so don't tell them. But I'm glad that I did get down there to witness this game. It was I you only can say once in a lifetime stuff like this can happen. I have never seen this on a baseball game, and that was so weird because I mean, I've seen grand slams. I've not seen a no-hitter. I've seen close to one. I've seen a triple play in a baseball game. I have never seen a inside the park home run. And that was the weirdest thing. And, I heard some people say, well, that should have been a 3-base error. No, the official scorer scored it, an inside the park home run. Okay. All right, so if you can believe this is actually the end of the first half. Okay, I'm going to come back. I'm going to talk about a couple little things, and then I'm going to end this because it's about 77 minutes long. I didn't talk a lot, and I usually don't talk that long on a subject, but this was special, and this will be have a special name to this episode, and I want you guys to know that I've never. This is the best time. I just can't stress enough. All right. Voice actress lady is going to come on. I'm going to come back and I'm going to try to wrap up everything on the second half. But you guys just hang with me and I'll be right back. Here she is.
You're listening to the Guru Talking Sports Podcast.
Welcome back to the Guru Talking Sports Podcast. This is episode 125. I'm going to make this a special edition only because of, as me, as a D-alien and as a true Baltimorean, I'm going to pay tribute to Little Mo in this sense. And I think that it's only appropriate that Little Mo gets the attention on this podcast and what the day has brought to all of us. Like I said, this first, and it's ironic because, like I said, this is the first game I went to since the pandemic. And watching it on TV and going down to the game is definitely two different things. And I'm glad I was able to do this. Just a few little notes that I wanted to mention is that I did watch the Amanda Nunes Pena fight last night, Juliana Pena, and I'm probably going to be in the doghouse because I bought the fight, and you know what? It was worth it. It was worth it. I thought it was a great fight. Amanda Nunes regained her title, and she was running around with 2 belts, and it was a great fight. I love MMA, and I definitely don't talk a whole lot of MMA on the program, but I'm going to when I get a chance. And like I said, I got to look at my cable bill, make sure that I take care of that before, Ms. Guru get a chance to look at it. All right. Also, trade deadline is coming up on Tuesday, and I think next week what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk a little bit of baseball. I didn't get a chance to talk a whole lot of baseball about what was going on in the trades and everything. I did mention the Castillo trade or Castellanos trade or whatever his name is. Guru forgets names anyway. I want to Julio Rodriguez, my star out in Seattle, got hit and by a pitch. They got to find out if he's going to be out sometime. Let me see, what else? Did I forget anything that I wanted to mention here before I wrap this up? My man Tim Anderson's in trouble again, so we'll find out what happens with him. I'm trying to think. Okay. All right. So I wanted to mention 3 people in this segment, and then we're going to end the program. Okay. So the other day we lost Tony Dow. Tony Dow was Wally Cleaver on Leave It to Beaver, and I'm going to play a few little cuts from the show, and in memory of him, and we got something else as well. Here we go.
You and Eddie going somewhere?
Nah, he just wants me to help him with his chemistry.
Oh, I didn't know you were that good in chemistry.
You don't have to be very good to help Eddie. You're too old to start balling, and you're too young to run away and join the Navy.
What am I old enough to do?
Well, I think you're right about at the age where you're just going to have to stick around and take it. He wasn't thinking about himself so much. He just didn't like the idea of disappointing you.
Me and Mary made this deal. Neither one of us is going to walk home with anybody else.
You know something, Beef? I got to stop looking at you like a little kid. You're an operator.
Is your girlfriend late?
Well, yeah, except he's not a girl. He's Eddie Haskell. It's about girls.
I see.
Yeah, Dad. I'm in a triangle.
I want to set up the sleeping bag. I want to set up the sleeping bag. I want to get the water.
No, I want to get the water.
I want to help Wally.
No, I want to help Wally. He's my brother.
Look, you guys, if you don't stop being so helpful, I'm going to clobber you.
Now, don't you think that 3 boys Beaver's age can just sit around doing nothing for a while?
No, Mom, I don't.
That was some sound clips from Leave It to Beaver, and Tony Dow was 77 years old, and my condolences go out to his family. And I didn't know that he did a couple other little projects, but as child actors go, all of them, it seems as though that they get kind of forgotten down the road or so. But he was in Star Trek Deep Space Nine or something like that. Deep Space. I didn't really watch any of the Star Trek ones, but he did a few things, and I just hope that his family came out and they made some statements and everything on Facebook and everything, and my condolences go out to him. We lost Paul Sorvino too. If you remember him from Goodfellas, he was more or less great actor, very polished actor. His daughter, Marvina Sorvino, Excuse me if I didn't pronounce her name right. She followed in his footsteps and said that she wanted to be just like her dad, and the actress, and she's actually, I think she is an Academy Award winner as well. Here's a clip from him in Goodfellas with another actor that we just lost here recently, and like I said, these are, kind of hard things. But here he is with Ray Liotta. And here's the clip.
I don't want any more of that shit.
What shit are you talking about?
Just stay away from the garbage, you know what I mean?
Totally.
I'm not talking about what you did inside. You did what you had to do. I'm talking about now. From now, here and now.
Why would I want to get into that?
Don't make a jerk out of me. Just don't do it. Just don't do it. I want to talk to you about Jimmy. You gotta watch out for him. He's a good earner, but he's wild. Takes too many chances.
No, I know that. I know Jimmy. You think I would take chances like Jimmy?
And Tommy, he's a good kid too, but he's crazy. He's a cowboy. He's got too much to prove.
No, I know.
You gotta watch out for kids like this.
Yeah, I know what they are. I only use them for certain things. Believe
Listen,
me, you don't
I
have to
ain't gonna
worry.
get fucked like Gribbs. Understand? Gribbs is 70 years old and the fucking guy's gonna die in prison. I don't need that. So I'm warning everybody. Everybody. Could be my son, could be anybody. Gribbs got 20 years just for saying hello to some fuck who was sneaking behind his back selling junk. I don't need that. Ain't gonna happen to me. You understand?
Uh-huh.
You know that you're only out early because I got you a job.
Yeah.
I don't need this heat. Understand that?
Uh-huh.
And you see anybody fucking around with this shit, you're gonna tell me, right?
Yeah.
That means anybody.
All right.
Yeah?
Yeah. Yeah, of course.
That was Paul Sorvino. And when he slapped Ray Liotta in Goodfellas. That was a great clip. These clips are coming from YouTube, and I want to give YouTube their credit. While they were, I was playing that clip, I got a chance to watch Anthony Santier of the Orioles gun out a runner at the plate with a strong throw, which was awesome. Like I said, the Orioles lost yesterday, but they are still in this thing, which is cool. All right, now I'm gonna wrap this up with my man Cousin Aaron, and we were talking. I go and I usually have like different sections, and I try to experiment with this podcast. Black Ghost Sports lets me do whatever I want to do, and they allow me to come up with different segments, which is something that keeps the podcast interesting and something different. So I had this thing, and this will be back in the fall, and usually I just try to run through it to where I can just do it any time. But this segment is called "What's Pissing You Off," and I thought that it was a great thing to try to figure out how to vent and how to give yourself some time to find out what's pissing you off in the world. And I wanted to play this clip for you because me and Cousin Aaron kind of shook it up a little bit on this one. And like I said, I always try to play a clip from Cousin Aaron to remember what we were and what we was talking about. Here we go. What's pissing you off with me and Cousin Aaron? Now, like I told you before, me and Cousin Aaron mentioned this. I talked to him a couple days ago, and I told him that I had about maybe 8 or 9 or 10 of these what's pissing you off things. I only got 3 that I'm gonna play, but Cousin Aaron, I want to ask you, what's pissing you off? Is it the same thing, basically? People not wearing masks?
No, I switched gears this week.
Okay.
They still pissing them off though, but I'm gonna surprise some people out there.
All right, what's pissing you off?
Horse racing. In the world of horse racing, the sport of kings. I've been betting horses guru since 1972, and this is the first year I have ever heard of jockeys limited to using the whip. You know what I'm saying? The whip.
Yeah.
They are not allowed at Monmouth Park in New Jersey and all of New Jersey horse racing. They're not allowed to use the whip, especially at a major track like Monmouth Park. What pisses me off is you can't use it there. For other places you can use it. The same horses might go from Monmouth Park to Belmont Park in New York, and they use the whip in New York. Go back to Monmouth Park. You can't use it. I saw an instance one time where they could use the whip in New York City. The horse is superior in New York. He's superior, more superior in New Jersey. He got down to New Jersey and ran dead last because they couldn't use the whip. So I think it's unfair to the fan. The regular fan that goes to the racetrack, they're really befuddled because the rule really stinks. If you're going to not use the whip, don't use it at any tracks. But that's unheard of, and I know it's been brought up by the animal people. If they don't want you to trust the horse unless you kiss them. But that's what pisses me off, man. You can't use the damn whip in New Jersey at all. Over in England, you can only hit the horse 16 times. Or, they got a bunch of people counting it too. But that's my pet peeve right now. Can't use the whip at Monmouth Park in Jersey.
Okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Jeez. I'm not. I don't know. I thought. Now I didn't know that for a fact. That was something else. That was something different that I didn't know. But like I said, me and Cousin Aaron used to have conversations about all kinds of different things. And like I said, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to play clips of his every single episode, as much as I can. I know that I'm gonna run out of some clips. I'm gonna run out of them pretty soon, but as long as I have them, I'm definitely gonna play them. All right, so that's it. We're done. We're done, and this was a great episode, I think. And like I said, I never say this on the podcast. I think this was a great episode. I don't say it because every single time I do this podcast, I don't think I do my best. I think it could be more and it could be better. But I leave it up to you to decide, what do you think? What is your thoughts on what I'm talking about? That's why I never say that this has been a great episode. But in this case, I'm going to break format and say that this was a great episode. I really, really appreciate everyone that I met on Thursday. I consider you all family. And I really, you're my brothers and sisters now. So my family just extended all the way out. Everyone that listens to the DA show and is a D alien is my brother or my sister. And if you mess with one of them, you're messing with me. Because Mac always has your back, no matter what. Mac loves you, baby, and that's a fact. Hey, I can rhyme like this all day long if I have to, but I'm not. All right. We'll give you guys the particulars, but like I said, I want you guys to know that this has been a great episode. And I hate to keep saying this, but, this is what makes doing these podcasts worthwhile. When you have a great story to tell and you have to talk about great people, and I think that this is a great listen for this episode. I'm going to push it out to all my D-aliens and make sure that they have this episode. I didn't mention this to DA. I didn't mention that I have a podcast because I don't want to bother people with, the big celebrities with my little things. I'm in the minor leagues and I don't mind being in the minor leagues. I don't want to bug them with my stuff. I don't. But if it goes through the aliens and it gets out there publicly, that's fine. But like I said, I won't push it on people. I don't want to push it on people. And I don't want to force people to make sure that they listen. It's on your own pleasure. It's on your own time. I really appreciate if you do, because like I said, sports is supposed to take off all the anxieties of what's going on in this world, what's going on in this country. And hey, we're supposed to sit back and laugh and have some good times. This right here is what I like to do because, one, I had a great time on Thursday. Two, it was life-changing because, like I said, this was something that I'll never, ever forget in my lifetime. And three, it made an impact on me to look at things and to do better and to make sure that everyone out there is very important to me. So, all right, like I said, you can find me on YouTube, the Guru of Sports Show on YouTube. Facebook, I'm on Guru's Daily Shorts. And if you look up the name Gurus, Gurus, Gurus means Guru, OS means of sports. Briscoe. Look for me on there. IG, Guru Talking Sports _ podcast is the main one. And this podcast will be on that IG page. And also, I am at the Guru OS 39. My Twitter handle is GOAT39. GOAT39 on Twitter. That's my handle. And I also have another handle. It's Guru Talking Sports, and the handle is Mac GTS _ BB39, and that's my Guru Talking Sports podcast official podcast of the Guru Talking Sports podcast show. You know what I mean. Like I said, I'm getting tired. It's been a long day. You can find us on Spreaker. You can find us. This is the main vessel that we come out of. Spreaker is. We're on iTunes. We're on Spotify. We're on Podchasers, Pod Gurus. We're on iHeartRadio podcast. I find it almost every app that I look at. The only one I haven't been able to crack is Stitcher. I'm trying to get on Stitcher. I'm on the Amazon. I think I'm on Amazon. I'm on the podcast app. If you download the podcast app, you'll see it. Pop it up, put the Guru Talking Sports podcast name in there, and you'll see it. I got to give big props to all my D-Alien people. Brothers and sisters, my D-Alien people, I love you guys. You guys are special to me. And like I said, this is one place that I'll always be a part of. I got to give big props to Mr. Damon Amendolara. Thank you for giving me an opportunity to be a part of this fraternity, and thank you for, your kindness. And I'm very grateful to have met you. I'm sorry that I gave you something heavy. And like I said, check out episode 86 if you want to know the details. I'm not going to say anything. But Mr. Damon Amendolara, thank you. I cherish you, and I will always remember this day. Little Mo, I want to thank you for bringing us all together in this situation. It was because of him we were here. Now, I'd like to thank Mary Mack because she helps me with my grief. If I have to grieve or talk about things about grief, she is the most experienced person that I talk to about grief. Her show is the Mary Mack Show on Grief, and you can find her on her website at the Grief Authority. Jeff Duarte, I appreciate you, and I hope that you're okay. I'm going to call you today, so look for my call. My cousin, Jeff Duarte is at Cali Sports News. The website I write for and I'm a part of, and I'll never relinquish my position with him. I'm there for life. My cousin Curtis and his grandson Ian, I really appreciate you guys. That is the Black Goat Sports Studios West, which I'm sitting in the Black Goat Studios East. So I appreciate you. My baseball insider, Mr. Dave May Jr., I really appreciate you. Be safe out there on the roads, and we have a common interest in the Baltimore Orioles, but he's a scout for the Toronto Blue Jays, and I am, like I said, I love the Blue Jays as well as with the Dodgers and the Orioles, but stay safe out there on the road, and I really appreciate you. He's a great guy that helps me out with my baseball stuff. If I don't know something, I go to him. See, like I said, you have to have smarter people in your room, because if you don't have smarter people in your room, how are you going to learn stuff? Always make that point. The crew is Caden Guru, who's not here again. And if you could tell, I was working the boards again. Executive producer and board op. Ray Guru is my musical advisor and technical support analyst. Dante Guru is my backup co-host, show contributor, and information guru. And we always will have a spot here for Cousin Aaron. He is our angel looking down on us and making sure that we get all this stuff right and getting all this shit together in the right spots. Thank you, Cousin Aaron. We miss you. The motto and saying is that this has been a Black Goat production for Black Goat Sports. Copy 2022, all rights reserved. We don't hate, we congratulate. We don't hate, we congratulate. We create, and we don't steal from anyone. Use a hashtag, the Guru Talking Sports Podcast, and hashtag Big Props, which is something that I created, and I want to thank you guys for listening. Guru, you can call me at 302-468-7239, 302-468-7239. That is the number. I used to tease Cousin Aaron about calling that number. I said, you got the Black Goat Sports hotline number, so you can call it. Good joke that we always get into. I want to thank everybody at CBS Sports Radio, all the people that have ties to the DA show. And like I said, the DA show stars Mr. Damon Amendolara, 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. every single day on every Monday through Friday on the East Coast. And like I said, I'm always tuned in. I try to listen as much as I can, even when I'm driving. It puts me in a great mood, keeps me laughing, and keeps me focused on what I need to do. All my peeps on social media, I appreciate you. This has been a long episode. I'm sorry, I'm not going to mention everybody, but I want you guys to know that I really appreciate everybody, and I will shout you all out on the next episode because, like I said, this episode is running really, really long, and I really appreciate you. I want to say God bless you all. Thank you for listening, and what an amazing day last Thursday, July 28th was. I want to say that I can never imagine the impact that it had. But I want to say, you guys, please tune in, listen, give this podcast a chance, to grow on you a little bit. Just take a few minutes to listen. And just remember, the day was about Mo Gaba. It wasn't about anything else. Mo Gaba's memory will always be etched in my mind. And I'm very much considering getting some artwork to remember him by. And I was thinking about this yesterday. I think I might get a tat that says I'm going to have to talk to DA and see what he thinks. What would be a good tat? Mo or Mo G or hashtag Mo, whatever. We'll find out. But anyway, you guys take care of yourself. This is Mac Briscoe, a.k.a. the Guru of Sports, for the Guru Talking Sports Podcast. Long episode, but you know what? When it's talking about people that are special to us, it makes a difference. I want to say thank you. You guys go out there, enjoy the rest of your sports weekend. Enjoy your Sunday. We will be back next week with episode 126 of the Guru Talking Sports Podcast. And as we honor Cousin Aaron, we leave you with a moment of silence to end the program. Thank you guys for everything. God bless you. Be safe out there. And I'm still upset because I didn't win that $1 billion in the Mega Millions. Anyway, you guys take care. I will talk to you soon. Be well, be safe, and as DA would say, be kind to people. Be nice to someone. Guru Talking Sports is out. Later.